Motivation is what gets you started. Habits is what keeps you going. Authors, we are creatures of habits. You are successful because of your good habits. You may not be attaining the amount of success that you would like to have because of your bad habits. Stay tuned to the podcast. I'm going to share with you 3 habits that you need to form to have a successful mindset that will guarantee your author success. Let's go.
NL Publishing Service Academy proudly presents Listen Up, I Got a Story to Tell podcast with literary success consultant DK Walker. Sharing with you writing tips, marketing ideas, publishing information, and inspiring interviews for your author journey. So, without further ado, let's get right into it with DK Walker.
Hey, how's it going? I'm DK Walker, and this is Listen Up, I Got a Story to Tell podcast. Man, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you are choosing to spend your time with your boy, and for that, I am eternally grateful. I'm so humbled. Look, before we get into today's episode, we got to pay bills off the bat. If you are a struggling author and you're having problems going from book idea to actually creating your book, I got the perfect thing for you, the absolute perfect thing for you. And what I get asked a lot is this thing for pantsers. That's for people that sit in the seat and they just freestyle they get an idea and they just sit down and start typing. To people that are planners. Now, planners outline their entire book. The Unfair Writing Advantage serves both types of authors. If you have your pantser and you want to just go off the top of your head, what happens is your creativity is all over the place. It has no direction, so therefore it takes you longer to get where you're going to when it comes to writing your book. If you're a planner, sometimes you get bogged down in the minute details of your book. The Unfair Writing Advantage serves pantser and planner perfectly.
Hello, my name is Britt Kuhn, and I just love DK Walker's The Unfair Writing Advantage. I am now well on my way to writing my second book because of his advice, wisdom, tips, and tricks like mind blown at how simple and easy it really, really is. I am forever grateful our paths crossed, DK. You will always be one of my favorite humans. Thank you.
Learn how to write faster, conquer writer's block, and tell a story your readers will love. In less than 1 month, writing only 3 pages daily, you can go from book idea to manuscript using the Unfair Writing Advantage. Most authors take 8 months on average to write just 1 book. But in a fraction of that time, you will learn how to craft a book your readers will love and not be hunched over your laptop days on end to do so. Just go to www.theunfairwritingadvantage.com to see what has the self-publishing industry buzzing. Now back to the podcast.
Welcome back to the podcast. The first step in having a successful author's mindset is accepting life is going to happen. Things are going to go wrong, but you must go on. Recently, my website crashed. Well, let me take that back. It wasn't recent. It's been a while ago that my website had crashed. It got infected with malware. And I built and designed my website myself. It was beautiful. And I was hurt once it stopped working properly. I was so much so hurt that it took me a minute to getting around to addressing the problem. So I went through this vast or deep pity party. Why me? I got all these security things in check. I got CodeGuard and site lock, website backed up. The whole 9. Moment of transparency here. I lost so much money because I did not want to face the fact that my website was down, and that should have been my immediate thing to, okay, that's the hub of my whole business is my website. I needed to be hands-on with that. But as soon as life happened, meaning something's going to go wrong, I shut down. And that's where most authors is at today. When something happens, when something goes wrong, you shut down. Look, life is always going to happen as long as you are alive. Let me say that again. Life is always going to happen as long as you are alive. Accept the fact things will go wrong. Whatever plans that you have planned, whatever you're currently doing, accept the fact that things will go wrong. But what you need to do when things go wrong, you need to keep going on. Once I learned my website started giving me some problem, I should have did a deep dive into it to find out what it was. I didn't do that. And I've suffered greatly for that. So I'm sharing that with you for you to keep going. Don't suffer my losses. As soon as a sign of trouble shows, keep going. Now, there's exceptions to the rule. If friends, family, loved ones get gravely ill or die, I understand that. May throw you off the rails for a bit. Not a problem. But after you mourn, after the loved ones, friends, and family get well again, you have to go on. So authors, it would behoove you to accept that life is going to happen to you because you're alive, you're living, life is going to happen, but you must go on. That is the first habit that you need to develop in attaining a successful author's mindset. Stuff is going to happen, I got to go on.
Hello, my name is Britt Kuhn, author of Radiant. I am so over the moon excited that I am holding my book in my hands. And it is all thanks to DK Walker at NL Publishing Services. I promise you, I did not know how to write a book, yet here it is. Your guidance and direction during this entire process and your ability to handle my indecisiveness has been such a blessing. I am so grateful for you, and I will forever sing your praises. Thank you so much for being you, and I can't wait to work on the next one.
Writing your manuscript has been hard enough, so let NL Publishing Service Academy make self-publishing your book easy as possible. From beautifully designed full and ebook covers to uniquely done typesetting and formatting, our goal is to professionally enhance your manuscripts and book covers to give your readers the best reading experience possible. Need marketing tips, tactics, and strategies? We can help you with that. How about branding and broadening the reach of your author platform? Yep, we can help you with that too. So no matter what your self-publishing needs are, NL Publishing Service Academy has you covered. Just head over to www.nlpublishingservices.com for whatever your self-publishing needs are. And now back to the podcast.
Step 2 in having a successful mindset is authors. You must build sustainable habits. Like what happens is we get caught up in the wave of emotion and we make our goals and our plans and they're really big and grandiose. But what happens, you already have your daily habits and your plans that you made for yourself conflict with the goals that you set forth. And the reason that they conflict is because it's going to take a Herculean task to accomplish those goals. You've been living your life the way you've been living your life as long as you've been alive. And I hope that didn't go over anybody's head, meaning you've been a creature of habit as long as you've been alive. For you to set your goals and expect you to implement your goals as soon as you set them is unrealistic. You have to build sustainable goals. So here we go. It's okay to build those larger than life goals. That's not the problem. The problem is you don't plan out what it's going to take to attain those larger than life goals. No matter what it is, big goal, and then you have to have what's going to take to get to that big goal. What it's going to take to get to that big goal is your sustainable habits. Case in point, if you wanted to lose weight, don't drastically begin an exercise regimen. Don't drastically change your diet. You've been eating the way you've been eating, not working out for as long as you haven't been working out in quite some time. So just because I'm overweight, I don't like the way that I look when I'm naked, whatever the case may be, you're going to have that emotional drive to jump out the window. You're going to have that emotional drive to get started and started strong. But that's not sustainable because you're taking your body, your mind, your whole being from one extreme to the next. Create sustainable habits, aka baby steps, before you get to the big steps. That's the only thing I'm asking you to do, the only thing that you should be asking of yourself. And don't think bad of yourself that you have to break down the bigger goals in order to reach those goals. How do you think successful people get and stay successful? They of course, they map out these larger than life goals, right? Goals that literally scare them. but they know that I can't go from 0 to 100 and then get to those goals. What they know is I have to create sustainable goals behind that so they become habits. And so for me to get to that larger than life goal is easy because it's a way of life now. So if you want to write 5,000 words a day, you wouldn't start off saying, I'm going to write 5,000 words a day, and you're barely eking out 200-300 words a day. You wouldn't. You would start where you were at, maybe add 50 more words to that. Have a word count, time yourself how long it takes to get there, and then add 50 words to that a day. And then once you get that, that becomes a sustainable habit, so on and so forth. No matter where you at, the small things get you to the bigger things. And I need you to get into that mindset. Yes. Challenge yourself, stretch yourself, but plan along the way sustainable habits so you can maintain your course as you're being stretched as an author. The third step in the 3 steps to having successful author mindset is you gotta celebrate the small wins. Authors, I'm pretty sure you heard this quote before, and I hope that I get it right. Comparison is the thief of joy. Most authors, they see other authors having success and they feel a certain type of way because they have yet to attain their success. What you're doing is you're comparing your current reality to what's been in the making for other authors, other successful authors, years in the making. You're not looking at their day one. You're not looking at their struggles. You're looking at their highlight reels. If you go on New York Times bestseller list and you're like, I want to be on the New York Times bestseller list, and I see all these great names, I want to attain this type of success. And then you feel a certain type of way and you think to yourself, I'll never get there. You're comparing where you're at right now to somebody that's been in the trenches, somebody that once was you, that felt exactly like you, that felt like, hey, I can't do this. That may have stopped and started 1,000 times, but finally decided that I'm going to never stop again. And so authors, first and foremost, stop looking at other authors and where they're at and comparing to where you at on your journey. Realize that it's your journey for a reason, because it's you, meaning it's your journey. 2 authors can have the same destination, but the way that you get there can be totally different from another author, and that's fine. That's okay. Look, you have to celebrate the occasional victory on your path, on your author path. If not, that road is always going to lead to defeat. And the reason that I say that, it's a long road, and quiet is kept, and being brutally honest, there's not an end to that road, because you'll set those big goals that I spoke of earlier. You'll attain that, and then as soon as you attain that level of success, now you need to figure out a way to maintain that level of success. So along the way, because success is nothing more than consistent actions, right? That's all success is. Consistent actions taken habitually by you of doing the right thing. I got to throw that in there. Success is nothing but habitual habits of doing the right thing. That's it. That's all. And along the way, you need to celebrate those small wins. And doing so fuels you to keep going. When life happens, celebrating those small wins fuels you to keep going. Look, I'm not going to be long-winded today like I am on my usual podcast. Those are the 3 steps to having a successful author's mindset. And when you have a successful author's mindset, what happens is you become a successful author. And these principles not only can be applied to you being an author, they can be applied to your life. With that being said, it's your boy DK Walker. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you choose to rock out with me, and for that, I am eternally grateful. Do me a favor. Don't be stingy with this information. There's other authors that's definitely in need of it. If you found it to be valuable, do me a favor and share this podcast with other authors. Also, if you don't mind, if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, write me a review. I would greatly appreciate it. Until next week, I love y'all, man. Peace.
This episode of Listen Up, I Got a Story to Tell podcast has ended. But please be sure to subscribe for more literary strategies and tactics to help you create the profitable, successful author career you've always wanted. And don't forget to rate and leave a review so we can continue to bring you the best author and book-related content. See you on the next episode.